Reshuffling the Cards, Part 1. The antique shop. It started on a rainy Friday evening. Campus felt gray and empty, the kind of evening when even the streetlights looked tired. Adil and Farhan had planned to go to the cinema, but the rain came so suddenly they ducked into a narrow alley, hoping to find shelter. That's when they noticed the dusty sign, Rahim's Curiosities and Relics. Inside, the shop smelled of damp paper and candle wax. Porcelain dolls watched them from crooked shelves. Old clocks ticked out of rhythm. Behind the counter, Mr. Rahim barely moved, his pale eyes following them silently. Part 2. The Decadale wandered past broken typewriters and cracked picture frames until he saw it. A small black wooden box, edges chipped with age. A single line burned into the lid. Do not reshuffle. Hey, Farhan, Adil whispered. Look at this. Farhan snorted. Probably just a gimmick. What's the worst that can happen? The ghost of a king of spades shows up. But Adil couldn't explain the cold tug in his chest. How much for this deck, sir? He asked. Mr. Rahim's voice sounded brittle, like dry leaves. That deck. Remembers. Once shuffled, it opens doors that should stay closed. Farhan rolled his eyes. How much? Reluctantly, Mr. Rahim sold it. As they turned to leave, he murmured, barely above a whisper, Don't reshuffle. Some cards belong to the dark. Part 3. The first shuffle that night, the rain kept hammering on their dorm window. The campus outside looked empty, the lamps casting long shadows over wet grass. Well, shall we summon the card spirits? Farhan teased, tossing the box to Adil. Adil opened it. The cards smelled of mildew and something sour like wet stone. Their backs were black with faded silver patterns, almost like twisting vines. Ignoring the warning, Adil shuffled them. As he did, the room felt colder, the shadows thicker. They dealt the cards. Instead of numbers or suits, each card showed a face. Pale, hollow-eyed, staring as if trapped behind the paper. Creepy artwork, Farhan joked, though his voice cracked a little. Outside, thunder rolled. And for just a moment, Adil thought he saw something reflected in the window, a figure behind them, motionless. Part 4. The second shuffle, Farhan, uneasy, picked up the cards. This is stupid. Let's just reshuffle and do it properly. As he shuffled, the cards felt sticky, almost alive. They dealt again. Now the cards showed places. A broken staircase leading into darkness. A cracked mirror reflecting nothing but shadows. A rotting wooden door half open. That looks like your grandma's house, Farhan tried to laugh. But the words hung flat in the air. The dorm room felt wrong. The air tasted like old dust. And the lamps flickered. Part 5. The door appears, then they heard it. Slow, deliberate footsteps in the corridor outside. Though it was past midnight and no one should be there. A knock, soft but firm, echoed from the inside wall of their room. They turned to look. Where there had been nothing but peeling paint, now stood an old, blackened wooden door identical to the card. It can't be real, Adil whispered. The handle twitched. Farhan backed away, eyes wide. Bro, we should leave, now. But the door creaked open, revealing only blackness. From inside, something whispered. Words they couldn't quite catch, like wind through dead branches. Part 6. What came through, the lights went out. In the dark, Farhan grabbed Adil's arm. Adil, are you there? Farhan whispered. But Adil's voice came from further away than it should have been. I think something came out. A shape moved in the darkness, silent, crawling along the wall like smoke. Farhan fumbled for the flashlight app on his phone. When it flickered on, the room was empty. No door. No Adil. Only the deck of cards lay on the floor, scattered and soaked as if they'd been dipped in water. A single card faced up, the rotting door. Part 7. Aftermath. Campus security later found Farhan in the hallway, staring blankly at the wall. His hair had turned partly white overnight. He never spoke of what he saw. The deal was never found. The deck of cards returned mysteriously to the antique shop. Mr. Rahim locked it back in the black box. The burned words still clear: do not reshuffle. Some nights, he still hears knocking from the storeroom.